Shabbat Shalom. Shema Yisrael. Yahweh Eloheinu Yahweh Kad. Ve'havata et Yahweh Elohei Ka Uv Kol Lavav Ka Uv Kol Nefesh Ka Uv Kol Meodi Ka. Ve'hayu Hadevarim Ele Eshe Anoki Mitzovei Ka Hayom Al Lavav Ka. Hear, Israel. Yahweh, our Elohim, Yahweh is one. And we are to love Yahweh, our Elohim, with all of our heart, all of our soul, and all of our might. These words that I am ordering you today shall be on your heart. Barku et Yahweh. Barku et Yahweh ha-mevarak. Barukata Yahweh ha-mevarak le'alam wayed. Barukata Yahweh Eloheinu melech ha'alam. Asher bekar benu makol hamayim wenatan lanu ha-torah. Barukata Yahweh notan ha-torah. Blessed be Yahweh. Blessed be Yahweh the blessed one. Blessed be Yahweh the blessed one for all eternity. Blessed are you, Yahweh, our Elohim, King of the universe, who selected us from all the peoples and gave us his Torah. Blessed are you, Yahweh, giver of the Torah. To our King, our Master, our Deliverer, our Savior, our Coverer, our Healer, and our El. Master, we know that you are the only one and there's none besides you. Most High, we come to you today thanking you for all things, thanking you for the life that you have given us, Master, thanking you for knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, clothing us in our right minds to have obedience to come out on your set-apart day. For you said that Israel are your witnesses, and we show up today, Master, out of obedience, love, and fear for you to witness today. Honor us today, O King, that you would speak kind words towards us, that you would have mercy upon us as you renew them daily. Speak kind words towards us and our family, Master, for we know that your word shall accomplish all that you send it out to do. And it shall not come back void, Master. So if you speak bad things upon us, there is nowhere to run. Father, like the songsters say, Father, I stretch my hand to thee, for there is no other help I know. If you would withdraw thyself from us, Father, wherever should we go? We have no other covering, O King, so we come to you today thanking you, Master, thanking that you have brought us out of idolatry, that you have shown us your truth, O King, and we are trying to live in it. We ask for forgiveness of our sins, and we ask that you would cleanse us of unrighteousness, that our prayers be not hindered this morning. Forgive our ancestors, Father, who wanted to worship other Elohims, and so have we, and taught us bad habits to bow down to others. But now that we know your truth, O King, we know that you, Yah, is one, and you are the only one, and there is no other El besides you, Master. And we honor you today. We ask that you would accept our praises, accept our worship, our adoration of you today as we bless you this day, O King. We ask that you would continue to heal us, those that are sick, Master, that you would continue to show us favor, O King, and that you would guide and direct our paths as we go throughout our daily activities. We thank you that you have brought our children home safely to us as they traverse throughout this week. We thank you, O King, because there is no other one that can save, that can heal, that can deliver. And today, Master, we just ask that you would continue to bless us as we go forward through this week until we meet here again. This is our prayer.
are the potter, I am the clay. Mold me and make me in your way. I want to be right. I want to be whole. I want to be the one you call your own. You are the potter, I am the clay. Mold me and make me in your way. I want to be right. I want to be whole. I want to be the one you call your own. So take me, Yahweh, and wrap me in your arms. Take me, Yahweh, and whisper words of love. Take me, Yahweh, I want to be in your will, Yahweh. Want to be the one. Let me be the one, yeah. I want to be the one you call your own. You are the healer that healeth me. You're my provider, you provide my needs. I give you my heart, I give you my soul. Wanna be the one you call your own. So take me, Yahweh, wrap me in your arms. Take me, Yahweh, whisper words of love. Take me, Yahweh, want to be in your will, Yahweh. Let me be the one. I want to be the one. I want to be the one you call your own. Let me be the one. I want to be the one. Want to be the one you call your own. You are the healer that healeth me. You're my provider, you provide my needs. I give you my heart, I give you my soul. Gonna be the one you call your own. So take me, Yahweh, wrap me in your arms. Take me, Yahweh, whisper words of love. Take me, Yahweh, I want to be in your will, Yahweh. Want to be the one. Let me be the one. want to be the one you call your own. Oh, oh. Let me be the one. I want to be the one. Want to be the one you call your own. Let me be the one. I want to be the one. I want to be the one you call your own. I say Shabbat Shalom to all of you beautiful people who made it out on this beautiful Shabbat. I say shalom to you. And I would be remiss. I think I missed a couple of birthdays last weekend. Sister Teresa, was it your birthday last week? Can't hear you. Okay. Anthony, was it your birthday last week? Oh, what? Oh. The same day as your future mother-in-law? Well, I tell all of you, one more trip around the sun. Yahweh is blessing you to see another year. And I say happy born day to all of you. And if I missed anyone out in TV or social media land, I apologize. Happy birthday to you too. May the peace of Yahweh be with you, because he is great and he is greatly to be praised. Let this be a song of worship. Let this be a song of praise. Let my heart rejoice in knowing I will love you more than I did yesterday. Hey! Let this be a song of worship. Let this be a song of praise. Let my heart rejoice in knowing that I will love you more than I did yesterday. You are my Yah, my Elohim. Come on! I love you more today. You are my peace. You are my joy. Yeah. I love you more today. You are my Yah, my Elohim. Hey, hey. I love you more today. You are my peace. You are my joy. Hey. I love you more today. Today, today, today. I love you more today. Today, today, today. Let this be a song of worship. Let this be a song of praise. Let my heart rejoice in knowing that I will love you more than I did yesterday. Even when the sun won't shine and the clouds are filled with rain, I will still rejoice and know come on, that I will love you more than I did yesterday. Here we go. You are my Yah, my Elohim. Somebody say, I love you more today. You are my peace. You are my joy. Hey, I love you more today. You are my Yah, my Elohim. Hey, I love you more today. You are my peace. You are my joy. I love you more today. Today. I love you. I love you more today. 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 I Come on. Today, I love you more. Today, 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 today. Let this be a song of worship. Let this be a song of praise. Let my heart rejoice and know here we go. I will love you more than I did yesterday. Come on, put your hands together and give y'all some praise. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom to everybody today. It's, as always, it's good to see you and be able to gather in this place that the Most High has provided for us to be able to gather and share His truth and His word. I pray that everybody had a good week. And we look forward to, as we look forward to our time together, I want to share with you before we get into teaching today, for those of you that are watching by stream, the Hebrew calendar, get it up here. The Hebrew calendar for this year is available for you, and you can order it by going to HebraicCalendar.com, HebraicCalendar.com. There is no calendar like this in the world except here at First Tabernacle Fellowship. It is true, it is accurate according to Scripture. If we're going to be Hebrew, then we need to function the way the Most High wants us to function. It's a beautiful piece of work. Inside of it has explanations as how to read it and how to guide yourself accordingly. There are days that are very important to the Most High, and we need to know what those days are and when those days fall, not according to the Ashkenazi calendar. The interesting thing about people when they're trying to gravitate to truth and to understanding the Hebraicness of the Most High's word, they always slide over and want to go to the Ashkenazi Jews. The Ashkenazi Jews did not get it right. We are Hebrew, and it's our job to research and do our due diligence to get things right so that we can function properly in this exile that we're living in. So this calendar here will let you know when all the high holy days are, and how also to read
the calendar in relationship to Scripture. You read in Scripture and it talks about the seventh month, third day, and so forth and so on. This will help you to understand even that. All right? So, let's get to that. Today, we're going to be dealing in Isaiah chapter number 52. Before I get to that, today I'm going to be talking about some things that are written in this book here in defense of the Messiah in Isaiah 52, and next week in Isaiah 53. This particular book here helps us to understand the truth about who the Messiah is and who the Messiah is not. And there's nothing on the market like this. There are people who don't believe that Yeshua or Jesus Christ is God, and they talk about it, but they haven't written about it. So this particular book here will help you to understand what that is all about. Then there is the Torah for Hebrews in Exile. This particular book here will help you to understand how to make application of the Father's mitzvot, rules, and teachings so that you can apply them in this exile. There's nothing in this book that pertains to things outside of this exile. So this will help you. What's in it? Things that are teachings or explanations that are moral and that are ethical. The Father's teachings are moral and ethical. All right. With those two things out of the way, let's get into our teaching for today, which is in excuse me, which is in Isaiah chapter number 52. Isaiah chapter 52 and Isaiah 53 are connected. The Europeans got it wrong when they told you that the writings in these two chapters of Isaiah are talking about Jesus Christ. They are not. One of the things that we have to do is we have to do due diligence to research and to grasp and understand how and what text is saying. One of the things that we cannot do with the Father's Word is we cannot add to it, we cannot subtract from it, and when you take the Father's text and spiritualize it, you're adding to it to make it fit your theological premise. We don't do that. What did the Father say? If the Father said something, He said it. Let's not take it anywhere outside the scope of where it is. The one thing that we have going on with this European idea and these commentators that are trying to interpret Hebraic text is the same thing that we have going on and has been going on universally with imperialistic racism. People want to steal and they don't know what they got. And they try to make you understand and make it true. Well, it's not true. The prophet Isaiah writes, and each chapter or each thought that he writes builds upon a previous statement or thing that is being said or presented to us. Please make a distinction. We are Hebrew Israel in exile. Please understand that Bereshit, which is Genesis, to 2nd Chronicles in the Hebrew scriptures, may not be that way in your Greek Bibles. I think Malachi is the last book in your Greek-inspired, European-inspired writings. But in the Hebrew writings, 2nd Chronicles is the last book in the Hebrew scriptures. Those Hebrew scriptures are written about, to, and for Hebrew Israel. They're not written for anybody else. They don't apply to anybody else unless they choose to join with Hebrew Israel and to walk in the way that Hebrew Israel walks. Otherwise, it does not fit. How do we know this? Well, the Most High says in chapter number 40, let me see here, 40 and, let me get here, 40 and I think around 15, let's see if it's there. 17, Isaiah chapter 40 and verse 17, he allows us to know something that contradicts the Greek text. In the Greek text, it says that for Yahweh, they use God, but God's not the proper terminology. Yahweh so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that no man should perish, but that they should have everlasting life. Okay? The problem with the text, it says, he so loved the world. But in Isaiah chapter 40 and verse 17, he says, before him all the nations are like nothing, and he regards them as less than nothing. One of the texts says, oh, let me go. I got too far down. I need to start at verse 15. Let's back this up. Back it up. Back it up to 15. The nations, so God so loved the world, right? So the world is comprised of the nations, right? The nations are like a drop in a bucket. They count like a grain of dust on the scales. Now, I want you to look at your bucket. And I want you, if there's any water in your bucket, I want you to turn your bucket over, drain all the water out, and that which is left is a drop. So when it drops, ding, the Most High says the nations are like a drop. Now, think about a grain of dust. A grain of dust. A grain of dust. Sometimes we get a grain of dust in our eye. All right? It's small. It's almost a micro something that you can't see it. I mean, So the Most High is saying to us about the nations that the Greeks say that he loves. He says, no, they're a drop in the bucket and less than a dust than a grain of sand, a dust. And before me, they are like nothing. 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 Now, with that being the case, you, Hebrew Israel, and those of you who have accepted that way of thought, you are the only nation on the face of the earth that the Most High counts as being worthy of something. No. I want you to, we've talked about this before. I don't want you to forget this. You are the only people on the face of the earth that the Most High El created, which he calls the eternal people, that are worthy to him. Outside of that, no other nation matters. Now, with that being said, when we function and walk according to his ways, that would be according to Torah, his laws, his rules, and his instructions. When we walk according to that, okay, there is nothing that you can desire that will be withheld from you. No. There is nothing when you and I walk, get the door, when you and I walk according to the Most High's ways, mitzvot and his instructions, there is nothing that can or will be withheld from you. Now, you say, well, there are some things that I want, but I can't afford. Well, here's what the Most High's done for you. And I want you to understand the significance of the importance of who you are, what you are, and I want you to understand the capability of the mind that he has given to you. There are no people on the face of the earth that have the capability of the mind that you have. Let's deal with this from a can't think of the word. Let's deal with it from a genetic perspective. Generally speaking, when a family births children, the children that are born into that family carry the DNA and they carry the genetic composition of their parents. If their parents are smart and brilliant, that transfers to the child. The child grows up very brilliant. We are the composition of the Most High. Genetically, we were the first people that were made into existence by the Most High. Brown people, melanated people were the first people that were created by the Most High. The Most High is our Father. Therefore, we carry within us the DNA and the genetic makeup of our Father, the Creator of all things, which is a reason why we have the ability to bring into existence and invent things that are germane to civilization and society. If you do a research on black inventors, the list goes on and on and on and on. The things that you and I use, and the world, and not just you and I, but that the world uses. Things that you wouldn't even imagine. Because we carry the genetic and the DNA of our Father who created, come on, he created what? All things. So, you and our ability to be successful resides within the framework of our mind. Watch this now, that if you think it, and you meditate upon it, the Most High will show you how to bring what you're thinking into fruition. A man of color thought about computers. Everybody in the world has a computer. But everybody in the world doesn't know that that is the work and the fruition of a person of color. We can't function in this world without refrigeration, coolers, refrigeration. Whatever refrigeration there is, people don't know that it was a person of color who brought that into existence. So I'm trying to say to you that the Most High recognizes you as being, watch this now, pay attention, you're special. And the only reason why we fail at not being productive and being able to do what we desire to do is because we've become lazy. And many of us have been told, well, you can't do that. And you have to fight through the negativism to get to your point of saying, yes, I can, because you are the Father's people. The nations, back to the text, are like a drop in a bucket. They count like a grain of dust on the scales. and they mean nothing to the Most High. I'm going to come back to it again because I want you to get it in your mind. But you mean something to the Most High. You mean something to him because he has also said in text, I will give nations for you. Wow. Come on, do you catch the weight of that? You catch the weight of that? I will give nations for you. Boy, if I was over there in the Christian church and I was saying that and I was preaching that, boy, they'd be. So, we're talking about here in Isaiah 40 to the end of Isaiah chapter 66. We're talking about, and Isaiah is teaching us about what's going to take place when we are redeemed, out of this exiled nation. The first exile was Babylonian exile. That was the first exile. The second exile was the Syrian exile. We are a part of the third exile in which the Most High said, okay, I've had enough of you all. You don't want to follow my rules. You don't want to follow my mitzvot. You're worshiping other Els. You don't respect me. Therefore, wife, because he is our husband, wife, I want you out of my land. I want you out. And I'm going to disperse you to the four corners of the world. So now, when we look at Hebrew Israel, as I was sharing with Ambassador Appleton, the nation of Hebrew Israel is a very large composition of people. And of that very large composition of people in the world, many of them don't even know what you know and haven't even heard what you have heard. They're oblivious to it. And it seems like that we kind of talk to American Hebrews that don't know they're Hebrews, that are sitting in Christian churches all over this nation. But it's much larger than that. Our focal point can't be narrowed just to that. We would hope that they would catch it and catch on, but that's okay. It's much larger than that. So when we talk about redemption and back into the land, and we listen to the Father's words about how he talks about Hebrew Israel, okay? You got to know that while we like to get out of here, we'd like to be redeemed soon. And as I told a pastor yesterday, I said to him, I was raised in the Christian church, and we heard almost in every message, Jesus can come anytime. No, he can't. No, he can't. No, he won't. And he's not your redeemer. So let's get to truth and let's understand who's doing what. In Isaiah chapter 51, back here in 51, let's see. In verse 17, he says to us, this is Yeshayahu speaking, "Awake, awake, stand up, Jerusalem." Jerusalem is where the temple was. It's where Hebrew Israel went, and we gathered there and we worshiped there. At Yahweh's hand, you have drank the cup of his fury. So what we have been under since we've been exiled out of the land is the Most High's fury. You wonder why it is that people of color have been treated so badly. The Most High said it would happen in Deuteronomy chapter 28. And he has unleashed his fury. He has let those that are less than nothing and like a drop in the bucket and dust, he's let them, watch this. Now I want you, pay attention to pay attention here. Pay attention here. He's let that which he considers a drop in a bucket and less than a speck of dust terrorize you. I want you to think about that. They are the nations that he counts as nothing. A drop in a bucket and a speck of dust, he's allowed them in his fury to terrorize you. You know what that's like? Let's bring it a little closer. That's like a little Chihuahua dog nipping at your heels. And you doing this. The little dog just terrorizing you. But what the Most High wants to do, he gives us words of hope and comfort. Because he starts talking about the redemptive period by saying in chapter 40, comfort you. Comfort you. I want to comfort you. Because I understand what you've gone through because I unleashed it. And I unleashed it because you are hard-headed, stiff-necked, and rebellious. So, in another proper context of explaining what that's all about, as parents, when I was a child, I got my mother's fury. You get my father's fury, I got my mother's fury. I don't remember my father whipping me at all. But that little lady, she was always bringing terror. So all of this fury that we have been experiencing in this exile is like the Most High chastising us and allowing the nations to whoop us, hoping to get our attention to do what? Turn, change. Stop it. But we haven't got it yet. So he gives us these words, I need you to awake. Now, we get to 52, and he goes again, and he says, well, awake, Zion, awake. Zion is another word for Hebrew Israel and the land. Get back to my text here on my tablet. Gotta go. Oh, shoot, come on. Gotta go a minute here. Come on. Okay. Don't want to do right. We had a brother in our church back in the day. He was called Brother Do Right. And sometimes these apparatuses don't do right. And he used to sing a song, got a mind to do right, got a mind to do right, got a mind to do it. So he used to sing this song all the time, so we started calling him Brother Do Right. All right, Isaiah chapter 52. Awake, awake, Zion, clothe yourself with your strength, dress in your splendid garments, Jerusalem, the holy city. For the uncircumcised and the unclean will enter you no more. Now, when you read this particular text, the last part of it, for the uncircumcised and the unclean will enter you no more, allows us to understand that the text is talking about being in the land and being part of or being connected to our redemption. In the land, when we are redeemed back into the land, nations and people who are uncircumcised and unclean will not enter the land, nor will they enter the temple or the city of Jerusalem. No more. No more. Why am I talking about these things? I'm talking about these things because you've already heard all your life about dying and going to heaven when we ain't going there. So you need to understand what the goal is, what the mission is, and where the direction and where your focus needs to be. Shake off the dust, arise, be enthroned, Jerusalem. Loosen the chains on your neck, captive daughter of Zion. The problem of understanding these two texts is how they are expressed. How Yeshayahu speaks of the nation as if it was an individual, a suffering servant. So when we look at this at 52 and 53, we're looking at him talking about a suffering servant. We're going to get somewhere and we're going to talk about the servant and how the Most High defines the servant. In chapter number 51 and verse 9, Yeshayahu pleads to the Most High to awake, arm of Yahweh. So the arm of Yahweh has to awaken, and Yahweh responds in chapter 52 by saying, to the mountain and the place of our worship, Jerusalem, to awake, that it's your turn to awake. Now, you wanted me to awake, but it's your turn to awake because I need you to awake. I need you to get your head together, and I need you to do something. He says to the Most High, the city to don its strength. During this exile, our power has been removed. We don't have the power, we don't have the strength of what we would have if we were in the land. But in the Messianic era, the city and the nation will don its power once again. Now, I want you to think about something here, guys. I want you to think about what your ancestors gave up. They gave up power, authority, and much, much more just because they wanted to be like everybody else. And today, there is no different. Young pastor starts a ministry. His goal in his head is to be like everybody else. The Europeans, they cleared their stage. They got all the preachers off the stage. They got the choir off the stage. They got a little band in the back. They got Showtime lights on the stage with smoke and everything else going up. And then we look at the black church says, well, we want to be like them. So they got stage cleared, pastor sitting on the floor, got a little band back here, lights and smoke and a big screen, just like Massa. Because we haven't understood that we are supposed to be the head and not the tail. But we want to look like, because they got it going on. The worship is just hot, and the people are, we see all the people raising their hands. I want my congregation to be like that. So I do everything to make my congregation look like that. Lost our power to be like everybody else. What did we give up? Let's just kind of talk about what we gave up. We gave up a land that flowed with milk and honey. Now let's talk about, we're not talking about cow's milk, and we're talking about honey that comes from a bee. That's not the metaphor. Let's talk about what we gave up. We gave up a land that had every kind of jewel that you can imagine that is wealthy. Diamonds, rubies, Ophir, whatever it is. We gave up that. We gave up divine food. Nothing like it in the world. We gave up a temple whose insides were laid with gold. Gold. We gave up the strongest wood source in the world, acacia trees, that they cut and overlaid with gold. We gave up the ability to function in a land free that had the Most High as our covering and protection from nations that tried to destroy us. We gave up an army force. Get this now, I want you to get this. We gave up an army force that when Israel and the army were walking in rightness with the Most High, we gave up an army force that was undefeated. Undefeated. And we didn't have to use guns. We gave all that up because we wanted to be like the nations that were a drop in the bucket and less than a grain of sand. The prophet Jeremiah, in Lamentations 5 and 7 tells you that we're here because of our ancestors. We're not supposed to be here. But I need you to shake the dust and arise, be enthroned, Jerusalem. Loosen the chains on your neck, captive daughter. For thus says Yahweh, you who were sold for nothing, you will be redeemed without money. You went into exile for nothing. Nothing? What you did was nothing. And so consequently, you are also going to be redeemed without money. Thus says Yahweh Elohim, long ago, my people went down to Mitzrayim to live there as aliens. Now he's going to recap our history. So now, what should I do here? This is an interesting, this right here. Come on, can I get it? No? Okay, can't get it. This right here is an interesting statement. So now, what should I do here as Yahweh, since my people were carried off for nothing? Their oppressors are howling, says Yahweh, and my name is always being insulted daily. But let's deal with this right here. What am I supposed to do now? You have to ask a question. What's he talking about? Well, okay, you were in Babylonian captivity. You were in Assyrian captivity, exile. Now you're in the nations, and guess what? Guess what? In all of the exiles that Hebrew Israel went into, guess what? The Most High went into exile with them. Is he not with you? Did he say, I would never leave you, and nor would I forsake you? So now he asks us, what am I supposed to, what should I do now? This is what gets really interesting. Shall I stay here in exile with you, or should I redeem you? You are carried off for nothing. Your oppressors are howling. When the nations see what the Most High is doing for his people, the nations are going to be upset. Now let's put this in historical context. When in history the nations decided that they were going to liberate you and let you go free from slavery, they were upset. Their labor force was gone. their means of making money was gone. We can't let that happen. So the Most High says they're howling. But then he says, and my name is always being insulted daily. How is that? How is that so? Oh, you call me by a name whose origin is in idolatry. You call me God. That's not my name. You refer to me when we go back and we do the study on the word God. It takes us back to things that are connected to things that are idolatrous. So every day that you say God, you are insulting me. Because that is not my name. I'm insulted every day. Oh, God save me. No, I didn't do that. Well, I love God. You say you love me, but you don't even. You say you love me, but you don't even know my name. You love me, but you don't even know my name. Now, if we put that in context, you going out with a woman and you call her by another name? Wait a minute. But you don't never get it right? Either she's ignorant and stupid and allowing it and is a fool. I can't go there. Oh, I can't go there. I can't go there. Now, understanding that the Most High is our husband, okay? He's our husband. And we can't even get our husband's name right. I was watching Steve Harvey's court. It's funny. It's hilarious. So this woman brought her husband to court because he hadn't fulfilled his obligation to take her on her destination honeymoon. But also, in the course of the time that he'd been married to her, she never accepted his name. Goes on to say, she said to me, I'll do 6 things, and when I get those 6 things done, then I want you to honor your commitment to take me on my honeymoon. And there was a long list. Get her degree. and some other things. And so when it was his turn to talk, he says, well, he says, she completed the list. I paid for her education. She wanted a car. I bought her a brand new car. I paid cash for it. She wanted this. I did that. She wanted this. I did that. Sounds like the Most High. And now she wants me to honor the promise that I made to her, but she won't take my name. Does this sound like the Most High? Does this sound like the Most High? I've done everything for you, Hebrew Israel. Even in this exile, when you should have been destroyed, I spared your life. And you go to church every idolatrous Sunday and claim that you love me, but you don't even know my name. And I'm insulted. Therefore, my people will know my name. Therefore, on that day, they will know that the one speaking, here I am. Now, watch this now. Here's what you have to know. Therefore, on that day, what day? See, now we have to ask yourself, what day? On the day of your redemption, you will know my name, because text says, in that day, my name will be one. And here's the great thing about it. We worked hard at trying to learn Hebrew, didn't we? I mean, we worked hard at trying to read the Hebrew language. We was reading it, but if you asked us what we was reading, we had to go, well, I don't know what it's, but we reading it. In that day of redemption, my name will be run, okay? And when you're redeemed, you will be redeemed speaking and understanding the language. How about that? How about that? How beautiful on the mountains are the feet of him who brings good news, proclaiming peace, shalom, bringing good news of good tidings, announcing salvation, and saying to Zion, your El is king. Now, let's understand this for a minute. How beautiful on the mountains are the heralds. When Israel is in the process of being redeemed, and right now, as I speak to you, I am a herald. I am going to proclaim to you good news and good tidings and announce salvation. Here's what I'm going to tell you. In the day of your redemption and in the time of being back in the land, there is going to be peace. But more than that, the good news to Zion and Jerusalem is that the third temple is going to be built. Watch this now. If I go to text tells me that they rebuilt under Nehemiah the second temple. But it didn't have the glory of the first temple, and they weren't really happy with it. But here's the good news. The third temple that's going to be built in your day of redemption is going to be as glorious, if not more glorious, than the first temple that was built in the days of King David. And you will have peace. Nations aren't going to bother you no more. As a matter of fact, Ezekiel says, when you find, I'm paraphrasing, Israel living at peace in unwalled cities, and you, nations, think that it's days of old, and you want to come against my people living in peace in the land, I will cause your eye sockets to melt in your head, and you will drop dead where you are. And it will take Hebrew Israel 7 months to purify my land by burying all your dead carcasses. Who we talking about? Who we talking about? And guess what? Hebrew Israel ain't gonna have to lift a hand. You want to roll up on me like that? Read it. It's in Ezekiel. So the good tidings and how beautiful. See, my feet and your feet are beautiful when we proclaim to our people the expectation of the future. We ain't talking about going to no heaven. Heaven got nothing for us. It's the Most High's place. As I explained to the dear pastor yesterday, of which he agreed, I said, isn't it interesting that we have preached this text? I said, and I did it too. I was raised Christian, so I did it too. We preached this text about dying and going to heaven, and when Jesus comes, the graves are going to be open. I said, can you imagine? There's nothing in the graves but dust and bones. The soul has gone back to its point of origin. So you mean to tell me that all around the world, graves are going, woo. And in the process, your text says that John in his vision said he saw heaven, a new heaven and a new earth descending out of heaven into the earth. So you mean to tell me while we're doing the new heaven and the earth is going So our text is right. We're going back to land. We're going back to our inheritance. Can you imagine inheriting land and a house with windows that are pristine? Can you imagine that? Listen, your watchmen are raising their voices, shouting for joy together, for they will see before their own eyes Yahweh returning to Zion. Oh, break out into joy and sing together, you ruins of Jerusalem, for Yahweh has comforted his people. He has redeemed Jerusalem. Now remember, what's the state of Jerusalem now? It lies what? Desolate. Desolate. When we are redeemed and back in the land, There will be singing. There will be joy. There will be peace. You will be comforted. You will look forward to Shabbat. You will, oh, come on now, come on. I saw something yesterday. I watch and I listen to news. And I saw a picture in Russia of Putin's residence. It's fabulous. The interior of the residence is, the walls and things are lined with gold. 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 It looks fabulous. But it is nothing in this earth that can compare to what Hebrew Israel is going to experience in Jerusalem when the third temple is built. Walls of gold, marble, pristine. But here's the kicker, Brother Ambassador. We'll look around and we'll see the Kohanim in their full garment, walking through the temple and the Leviim serving them. Watch this now. And there's something that's going to be felt there that you and I can't even imagine in this exile, even though he's in this exile with us. And every now and then we feel, oh, the Father, he was with us today. No. In the land, when you walk in the temple, you're going to... Because the presence of the Most High is going to be so opulent there. Isn't that something to look for? Judy. Come on, Judy. Ain't that something to look forward to? I'd rather take the temple than the streets of gold. And oyster gates, pearly gates, oyster gates. I'd rather take living in the land. Watch this now. And hearing the teachings of the Most High coming from the people that he ordained. Perhaps Moshe? Oh, watch out now. Watch out now. Here he comes. Here he comes in all his array. Who's that? The anointed Messiah. Not Jesus. Not Jesus. The anointed one who said he will be the Mashiach forever. Oh, here comes the king, King David. And perhaps, I don't know, I'm kind of surmising here, perhaps we'll even be able to have a little conversation with him as he walks through and rules Jerusalem and the land at that time. Because we're going to have to go up to Jerusalem for the feast. Can everybody say, party over here? Party over there? You going up to Jerusalem? Oh, yeah, I'm going. Now, we ask Yahweh to awake and bear his arms. Here he says, Yahweh has bared his set-apart arms in the sight of every nation, and all the ends of the earth will see the salvation of Yahweh. You asked me to awake. You asked me to bear my arms, in other words, demonstrate and show my strength. Now I'm doing that. In your day of redemption, I'm going to do that. And all the nations are going to see your deliverance. Verse 11 is interesting because it seems to read almost like lek lekah, get up and get out, but it's not. Leave. It's not an anxious leave. Leave. Get out of there. Don't touch anything unclean. Get out from inside of it and be clean. Now we understand this particular reading here. You who carry Yahweh's temple equipment. Who's that? That's the Leviim. But now the inference of leave is not the same as it was, oh, you don't have time to bake your bread, you need to get up and you need to leave in a hurry. Most likely, no. I want you to take your time because it's not the same. Why is it not the same? Because he's already told us. You don't have to be afraid. There's no enemy that's going to pursue you. Just get up and leave. And keep yourself clean because I'm going to need you to handle the temple equipment. Now, the law says, the Most High says, that the firstborn of every male that is not redeemed belongs to him. Am I right? That makes him a Leviim. Ooh. I'm the firstborn of my father. I was not redeemed. That means I belong to the Most High. Kiki. That means I might be handling some of the temple equipment. Because I don't know what tribe I belong to. I don't know if I belong to, I don't know. But there's a certain group of people that have the task of handling the holy things, and they are the Leviim. Excuse me, y'all. I have a special task here. Ambassador, are you the firstborn of your father? Did you get redeemed? Oh my, no wonder we do what we do so well. You might be walking right alongside of me. Ambassador Levium, did you get so-and-so? Yeah, I got it. Yeah, so, yeah, are we taking it to the temple? You need not to leave. See, now he says in verse 12, to validate 11, you need not to leave in haste. You do not have to flee. For Yahweh will go ahead of you, and Yahweh of Israel will also be behind you. Now, you remember when our ancestors left Mitzrayim, they had to leave in a hurry. He says here, you need not leave in haste, and you don't have to flee. Now, I want to deal with verse 13 because now we're starting to get into the error of what is being said and what is being taught here. See how my servant will succeed. He will be raised up, highly honored, just as many were appalled to him because he was so disfigured that he didn't even seem human. And simply no longer look like a man. So now he will startle many nations Because of him, kings will be speechless, for they will see what they had not been told. They will ponder things they had never heard. Now, let's talk about the servant. The Most High defines his servant. Sister Harless, Isaiah 41:8. 41:8. The Most High defines who his servant is. And it's not Jesus Christ. Would the Most High know who his servant is? He says, "But you, Israel, my servant, Yaakov, whom I have chosen, descendants of Abraham, my friend." Does he know who his servants are? He didn't say Jesus Christ. He said Israel, my servant, whom I have chosen. You see, I'm not concerned about anybody that the Most High hasn't chosen. Let's go on. Let's prove it some more. Give me Isaiah chapter number 45 and verse 4. Isaiah 45, verse 4. It is for the sake of Yaakov. Yaakov is the same as Israel. Yaakov's name was changed to Israel. It is for the sake of Yaakov, my servant. Yes, for Israel, my elect, that I call you by your name and give you a title, although you do not know me. Oh, let's scroll up because I gotta get the rest of that. I am Yahweh. There is no other. Beside me, there is no El. You are my servant. I'm Yahweh. Beside me, there is no, I'm the first, I'm the last. Beside me, there is no, and who are you, my servant? Isaiah 43:10. You are my witnesses, says Yahweh, and my servant whom I have chosen, so that you can know and trust me and understand that I am He. You want to know who I'm He? Now remember back in the early, y'all been insulting me. You've been insulting me, trying to call me by some idolatrous name that it ain't, and you throwing me in the pot with all the other non-powerful people. Let's go to another one. Isaiah 44:1. Now listen, Yaakov, my servant, Israel. Who's the servant? Israel, whom I have chosen, thus says Yahweh, who made you and formed you in the womb and will help you. Don't be afraid, Yaakov, my servant. So now he's telling you, don't be afraid. Yeshayahu, whom I have chosen. For I will pour water on the thirsty land and streams on the dry ground. I will pour my spirit on your descendants and my blessings on your offsprings. We're in the messianic redemptive text. That's what's going to happen when we get in the land. And then he's still not talking about anybody that's a human individual other than the nation of Israel. Let's get 44 and 1. Is that 44 and 1 there? Yeah. Okay. Let's go to 49 and 3. This is just proving who the servant is. That it? He said to me, who said to me? Yahweh said to me, you are my servant Israel, through whom I will show my glory. Oh my goodness. You are the people that I am going to demonstrate and show my glory through. Now, watch this now. Glory is also something that's quantitative, something that's visible, and something that you can see and experience. It's not just a feeling. It's something that you can visualize. And this nation, who is my servant, I'm going to show my glory through them. What's his glory? What is his glory? What might his glory be? Could it be Torah? Could it be his teachings? Because the responsibility of the Hebrew nation is to bring the glory of the Most High into the existence of those who would accept it. But now, let's understand. We know who the servant is. So Israel will be raised up, exalted, and highly honored. Now, they want to make this 14 and 15 all about Jesus Christ. Now, I want you to grasp this. 14 and 52 flow into chapter number 53. They are connected. So now let's talk about this. Israel, because of my fury, has been disfigured. Israel in exile has been treated, beaten, burned, hung, and anything else that you can think about that could happen to a human individual at the hands of somebody who thinks that they are less than human, that he didn't even seem human and simply no longer look like a man. Just because it's not happening in 2024 doesn't mean it didn't happen. So now, he simply no longer looked like a man. So now, he will startle many nations. Nations don't want you. Because of him, who? Israel. Kings will be speechless, for they will see what they had not been told. They will ponder things they had never heard. What are we talking about, class? We're talking about in the time when we are redeemed. Not now, in the time when we are redeemed. They will be speechless. They won't understand. Oh, wait a minute. I thought he rejected y'all. I thought he replaced you all with us. Oh, no, 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 no. In the redemptive day, hey, class, we're going to look pretty good. Not going to be any worry. Not going to be any fear. They will see what they had not been told. Oh, Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't tell you that this was going to happen, or no. I told you. You didn't believe it. You read it, but you didn't understand it. And now you're going to have to ponder things that you had never heard. And as a matter of fact, as I close this chapter in today's teaching, y'all might want to get up off my land. Oh, nobody told you that that was my land? Belongs to me? Yes, I caused it to be desolate. I allowed the temple to be destroyed because I laid out my fury against my people, but now I'm in the status of redeeming them. So since I'm redeeming them, y'all just might want to get up off my land. Why? Because Jerusalem, your children are returning. Come on, let's, Most High going, I don't know how he's going to do it, Brother Beckham. Let's get the weed whackers out. Let's start clearing the land. Let's start making it beautiful again. Because my children are returning, Jerusalem. Isn't that wonderful? Is that something that you just might want to experience? Doesn't that sound a whole lot better than the Greek's interpretation? And as I said last week, Ambassador, you and your family have gone vegan. In the land, vegan may be the way of life, but he has given us the access to eat meat. And if we follow the mitzvot, you're going to have to bring some meat. And when you bring that meat, particularly if you have inadvertently violated a mitzvot, in order for your transgressions to be forgiven, in the process of the presence of the Kohanim and the Leviim, you're going to have to eat some meat. That's just the way it works. But here's the difference. That meat won't be contaminated with anything of the world. It would, come on, y'all. We're talking about divine lamb. We're talking about divine beef. Come on now. We're talking about divine veggies. I don't know you all. Might not never have to go to the gym again to work out. Might not have to do that. Our bodies might be so lean and clean and mean. Lean, clean, and mean. You know that song? You know what he's playing? Pull it up for me. Oh. Yeah, pull it up and then we'll go back to this. I just want to close with this song because it's resonating in my ear. You know, my son Kevin, it's not lead me Yahweh, is it? Is it? I thought it was something. That's okay. It's all right. It's okay. He has the ear of the Most High most of the time when it comes to worship. So I just want to end today's session by saying, I will go. Lead me, Yahweh. I will follow. Lead me, Yahweh. I will go. When you call me, I will answer. Come on. Lead me, Yahweh. I will go. Lead me, Yahweh. Come on. When redemption comes, I'm leaving. When you call me, I will answer. Lead me, Yahweh. I will. Lead me, Yahweh. Lead me, Yahweh. I will go. Yebarakaka, Yahweh the Ishmeraka. Ya'er Yahweh Panavaleka Bakanuka Yasa. Yahweh Panavaleka by Yesham Lakah Shalom. May Yahweh bless you and keep you. May Yahweh make his face to shine on you and show you his favor. May Yahweh lift up his face toward you and give you shalom.